So what is your thought on that? Should we have study Bibles like that?
I have been chewing on that since at first it seemed simple. It's like, well, it's a study Bible. My thought is this: we don't want to mix things that aren't supposed to be mixed. That's true.
Mixing things that essentially differ. We're not supposed to do that.
That shouldn't be mixed, right? And so the question is, if I have a Bible that's devotional, well, here's an example I thought, and it sounds silly, but the idea is you don't take a Bible in to the bathroom, right? And the idea is what are we're keeping things separate, right? We're keeping things separate. But
so there's a place, but there is a place for it, right?
People will take a newspaper into the bathroom. So what's behind that sense of separation? What's behind it? And if I'm sitting and I've got, it's my morning time, it's up early, it's quiet, and I have my devotional time with a devotional Bible, and I'm reading Psalm 29, and I'm being prayerful. And then I think, oh, this is just a plagiarized Canaanite text. What's just happened in my heart?
Right.
Like what?
So okay, but let me play
increase is there in the world? Okay, if the opposite page of my study Bible tells me, oh yeah, this is an example of Israelite appropriation of ancient Near Eastern literary genres, and then just redirecting and just changing some of the words to redirect it. It's kind of like they found.
But don't you think
they destroyed the pagan temple and built a church there? So you go to the church and you go, oh, I enjoy the church, but it was once a site where they were offered children to Moloch.
So, but hang on just a second. Let me play devil's advocate here for a few seconds. Don't you? I mean, there obviously is a place for that, right? I mean, there's a place for us to sit down and study and say, okay, let's see what's really going on here. To try to understand Near Eastern culture and perhaps some of the cultural things that were going on. Maybe it is beneficial for us to understand some of the suzerain vassal treaties that were going on in other lands and with pagan deities and so on and so forth, right?
I would say then don't use it. I guess I'm still pondering this, but I would say then don't classify it as a devotional Bible.
Right. Yeah, I agree with you. I think that there's a time. So in my personal opinion, I think that there's a time and a place for study. And then I think that there is a time and a place for devotions and coming close to God. And I don't think that coming close to God necessarily is a time for us to be opening up the Egyptian Book of the Dead to see what the Egyptians felt on death. I don't think that's an appropriate time.
Like how does it help you, Caleb, as a believer? How does it build you up if I give you something from Scripture and then I immediately tell you,
it's not Scripture.
It's actually modified paganism.
Right.
It's paganism reworked and sprinkled with some Israelite religion on it, and it's in the Bible now. Especially what does a new believer do?
Well, hang on. Let me respond to that. Because to me, when somebody tells me that, if it's in the Bible and God is using it, it means then automatically my thought pattern is, no, it's the other way around. God had it first. Paganism has twisted it. Because I believe that that's what Satan does. He takes things that God has made and twists them, right? So in the case of something like a Psalm 29 or something like that, somebody might try to argue such a thing, but I would argue that no, from the beginning of time, God has proclaimed his word. Thank you so much for watching this video. Tell us your thoughts on this subject by leaving a comment in the comment section. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and enable those notifications, and we'll see you in the next video.